Oh yeah, that's the perfect spot for it, right? Hello to everyone here in this live stream again. Hope you all doing well. Hello, Labridli. Yeah, we will wait a bit for maybe the first few people here in the chat. Moinsen. For the first few people in the chat, because I think it's good to have the people who contributed in this or on this Feedback Friday that tracks into this list. And yeah, so let's wait a bit until we have all together. I think I'm always, I've said that a few times already in the past live streams. You can also join on YouTube every time. I have a YouTube channel where you can join. You just have to type in vnnn. And I think you should find my channel. If not, I can link it in my bio as well. I think that would be the smartest move, to be honest, to put that in my link tree. So you can join the live sessions via my YouTube channel. Give me a sec. I will add that real quick. I will add that real quick here on top of my YouTube channel, VNN dots. So I will add this one here, so you can join via YouTube every time you want to join me. I think it's easier, to be honest, to have them or to watch at YouTube instead of Instagram, because I think YouTube is definitely the live stream friendly and viewer friendlier platform. But as you like. So if you want, you can sit here and watch it via Instagram, or you can, like I said, join via YouTube as well. But as I said, before we start with the live, I would say we are just waiting a bit for people. I've set myself today a limit till 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock CET. We will listen to the tracks till 9, and I would say we will do we will close the list around, let's say, 8:30 or something. I think that should be enough, because we have always tracks left at the end of the live streams. So yeah, maybe it's easier and smarter to set a limit till 8:30. Just let me do a few things here. Hello. As I said, you can always join the list. Get on the link in bio. It's on the top of my page, of the Linktree page. Next up, put your track into the queue. Join the live stream. Let's talk about your tracks. And yeah, let's see. Let's have fun together. That's the most important thing, I would say. But before that, like I said, we will wait a bit until we start, just to have a few people here. Like I said, we will wait a bit until we start, just to have a few people here. Okay, that's new, that I can see the live stream via the computer. Good. Did the live stream start? Yeah, the YouTube live stream also started to stream. That's good. Yeah, like I said, maybe it's easier to join via YouTube. I will put the link in the chat. I will put the link in my story as well for everybody. Wrong one. Yes. I have to turn a bit the camera here, I think. Yeah. Let me know. Join the list. Join the live and join everything. So, who's in? I saw a few people already in the list. That's good. I also saw a few people here in the live as well. Of course, people are coming and going. It's normal here on Instagram. As I can totally understand that you don't want to, you don't want to hang on your phone the whole time. That's the reason why I'm saying join the live stream via YouTube. It's easier. It's much easier to join it via YouTube. I'll also put the next up link in the YouTube chat so everybody can join the list. Dennis, Joshua, Jardinage, Sigvard. I think I can also change the direct. Can I? No, I can't change it. I just can skip the line. Lucien, Erebos, Master, Simplify Your Life. Stream Ointment by Joshua. Undefined, unreleased by Jardinage, Sigvard. Hear the world sound. Yeah. Moin Renschko. I honestly can't see the chat, to be honest. I can't see the list of the people who are in. It doesn't work sometimes. I don't know why. Ask me easier things. But do we have someone from the list now online now here in the stream? Somebody is. YDV here, is Dennis here, is Joshua here, is Jardinage here, is Sigvard here. I think I saw already that Sigvard Sigvard already wrote something in the chat. Nee, Sieger, am besten über den Link in meinem Linktree ganz oben. Next up. Dann joinst du hier die Liste. I can also skip the line every time. So if somebody's not here and we don't want to wait on the person, we can skip stuff here. As for example, Sigvard is already here. We can put you on the top of the list. That's not a problem. But yeah, I would say we wait till. Yeah, okay, let's wait like 5 minutes or something. Ist ganz einfach. Also, hat die letzten 4 Wochen ganz gut geklappt, ehrlich gesagt. Jarden Age is here. I saw them already as well, joining the stream. Sigvard is there. Good. Like I said, I would say maybe wait 5 minutes and then. And of course, you can always join via YouTube. Maybe it's easier for somebody because you don't have to hang on your phone the whole time. Yeah, that's perfect. We have also people on YouTube now. Perfect. Joshua and I are here. Tom Hates. Yes, I'm here. Perfect. Sega is in. Who is YDV? Who is YDV? Just one thing, because we had a few problems the last time. If the stream or if the music stops in the stream, it's happening from time to time. I don't know what's the problem. Just let me know in the chat. Like, right, there's no music or no sound, and I can fix that because I'm not all the time in my OBS watching the sound, because I'm watching Instagram and YouTube chat. That's the reason why I'm not always seeing that the sound is not working. I'm doing good. Thank you very much. I wanted to take a day off today, but in the end, I didn't. I didn't take a day off. I was writing emails the whole day, fixing stuff as we are not fixing. I was talking with our distribution because we are changing the distribution as I'm doing all the administrative stuff for the Third Room label. And we are changing the distribution to Clone Records or Clone distribution. So we have to do a lot of things around that. And yeah, that's why I've started. My day started with the intention to make a day off, but in the end, I didn't make a day off. So I wanted to try to do it tomorrow. Let's see. But that's the thing. If you are like self-employed, okay, I think we have 8:30. I would say let's start. Maybe that's to not waste too much time. So Jarden Edge is here. I think Sigvard is here. Sega is here, I think. So these 3 guys are here. I think YDV is not here. So I would say if you're not here, I would skip the track for now. I will just skip the line, and if you join later, just let me know in the chat and we can go ahead with your track. Dennis, I think Dennis is also not here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lucien, Erebos. Masterfile via Dropbox. I think I already saw Joshua. You were online on YouTube. Ah, Simon. Who is Simon here as well? Joshua also. Yes, I'm here. Joshua. Now I have to check both chats, like YouTube and and Instagram. Moist. Who is Simon? Simon? Who are you, Simon? Are you YDV? Yes, Joshua and I are here. Okay, perfect. Simon, which one are you? Dennis, Joshua, Jardinage, Sigvard, Ziga, are you YDV? Surfeit Division. Are you on the list? Ah, Simon. Okay, sorry. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Spot 6. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I didn't see. I oversaw it. Okay, all good. I found you. So Joshua is here. So I would skip the line. Dennis is not here, unfortunately, and YDB is also not there, unfortunately. So I would say we are skipping the first both tracks, and we are going directly to Joshua. Das überspringen. Okay. Joshua, you're on YouTube. And Alex, I think Alex wrote me on Instagram. And Joshua, you wrote me on Instagram. You've made a new mix down on the track from last week, but you put another track into the list. Shall we change it? Do you want to put the link of the track from last week with the new mix down in the chat, and we will listen to this mix, or do you want me to listen to the new track? Yeah, okay. Like, do you want to? Yeah, yes, I want to. What do you want? Want to change or want to listen to the new track? Listen again to the first track. Is that the link to the first track? Was the name? I'm not sure, to be honest. I've listened to so many. I'm listening to so many tracks, track names. Is really a disaster. So that's also a reason why I'm doing this big system in my playlists. You can't put the link in the chat. Weird. Send it via Instagram, direct mail. Instagram. Send me a DM with the link. Or like this, also fine. Can I wait? Okay, I think this should work. Got it. So Joshua and Alex Benz, welcome to Candyland. This is the track from last week, right? So you try to improve the mix of the track. I think I remember the track. I'm not sure anymore about the idea and the theme of the track. Maybe if I listen to it, I will remember. But I know that the track. I roughly can remember that the track idea was good, and I think just the mix was a bit. But I'm not sure what was the concrete feedback of the track anymore. But I will re-listen to it and I will try to find it out. Let's see. So we made it in a studio. Nice. Okay, perfect. Like in your studio, or like in a rented bigger studio, or where did you do the mix down? Wait a sec. I have to fix like the stupid Instagram chat and YouTube chat thing here somehow. Okay. No, in a rented. Oh, lovely. That's passion. But that's how it should be. Like if you want to do mix downs, the perfect way to do that is definitely, going in a professional surrounding. I mean, you don't have to rent a studio for just one track. Like take 8 tracks with you and try to mix down then in a professional studio or something. I mean, 8 is much to be honest. After 4 tracks, it's very difficult to mix down tracks. Yeah, but it depends also on how long you're sitting in the studio and listening to tracks, and on which volume also you're listening to tracks and doing mix down and stuff. So yeah, I think let's start. Yeah, perfect. That's that's the best. Yeah, so let's head into the track. Like I said, I roughly remember that it was good, the idea and everything. So let's check the mixdown, the new mixdown version. Do you also have the reference from last week somewhere? Just to have like an A-B, you know? Or is it taken down? If it's taken down, all good. Let's see. Like I said, if the sound gets lost, let me know in the chat, because I have this problem the last few weeks. I don't know why. In the beginning it wasn't like this, but now it is. Sometimes the connection between the sound of the Google browser is getting lost in my OBS. I don't know why. Yeah, so let's see. Maybe we can, or wait a sec, just send me the first version again, just to have like an A-B, and I would like to listen to the old version first, and then to the old version, just to have in mind what I've listened to. You can just put it in the chat, YouTube, Instagram, doesn't matter. I hope your internet connection is working in the bus. But I think Alex is on the stream as well, so if your connection fucks up, Alex can give you like a summary of my feedback. Sent you in DM. Okay. Self master. This is open. Of course, it's not opening in this chat. Okay. So that's the I can see the difference already in the waveform. This looked way too compressed. It looks pretty compressed. This looks like you have more dynamic. But let's see. Is this also self-mastered version, or is this just a mix without any mastering tools on the master? Small master chain. Yeah, let's see. So that's the old version. I will just skip a bit through the old version just to get like a feeling from the track from last week. Sound should work on your side. That's what my OBS is showing to me. I can already hear the low end is okay. I think I got it. Okay, I have a feeling for the track again. Okay, all good. I think I also know what I've said about the track. Most of the time, it's the same feedback. The biggest problem is always the low end, and if the low end is too over present, a lot of other frequencies don't have enough space to work, and they're not coming through in the mix. But yeah, let's see what we got here now. So the new version 2. For me, version 2. Just give me a sec. Wait a sec. What I already can hear is, so I'm not 100% sure what you did with the bass line, because it's very overcompressed here in this version. It's way too overpresent. Have you put like a low cut on the bass line and you lowered the volume? Or what have you did with the or what have you done with the bass line? Did you change other things as well? Would be interesting to know. Because the thing is, what I already can hear with the first few elements which are coming in, a re-EQing with each bass element. The thing is, I already can hear that the elements are getting their room to work. It sounds much cleaner than before. Before it was very wobbly, and the low end was way too overpresent, and it was like too boomy in a way. Now you can hear the certain frequencies much better than before. I think what I would do, but that's something I think you can really, I would say you can fix it in the mastering in the end, is to maybe put the kick, or give the kick this click. The click is just missing a bit, but you can also boost certain frequencies in the mastering to get this to get this, let's say, punch. But it's always better if you do it in the mix. That's also maybe you can try to that's just, you can do it, you don't have to, but maybe to put the kick on one track and send it to send return, where you have like a saturator, or I'm always using saturator from Ableton, just totally simple. There's like a pre-function called hot tube, and I'm just sending the kick to this chain, to this send channel, and I'm just like adding a bit of, I'm sending it with 100%, and I'm just adding a bit of volume to taste, and then you will really hear a difference. Don't do too much. I've heard a rule once from, I don't know if it was Sticky, I'm not sure, but if you want to add something, add it to the point where you think, okay, it sounds amazing, and then lower it down for a bit, and then you're good. It's of course not always the way to do, but I've made some good experience with it. In things when you listen to the total mix in the end. But yeah, we have clicks stacked on the kick, but we made a bit of high cut there. Yeah, like I said, it's not super necessary, but I think you can really add a bit of this, let's say, punch and click sound. What you also can do is, I don't know if you did that, but you can also take the kick and bass as a group and send this bus to a send where you have like a compressor, and do parallel compression. Also to taste, so you compress it, not too much, but you compress it, and with, let's say, a gain reduction of somewhere around 2 or 3 or something, and also send it, like I said, send it with 100%, parallel compression, gain reduction of 2 or 3, and then add it again per taste. So if you hear a difference, you will definitely hear a difference, and it can change also the this this low end, and it can add some punch in the kick. But it's also try and error. So you would need to try it out. Maybe it's not working on your mix, but if it's working, it would be a good it's a good idea. Yeah, the Dyson is okay. I just put it away because I think it's super ugly in the background. We did that with the analog. So you sent the stuff to. So you sent the group to a site to a parallel channel, a parallel compression. Which compressor did you use? I'm always using how it's called. It's the one from Plugin Alliance. I forgot it. I think it's more VCA compressor, but I'm not sure. I would have to check it. Bass through a Fusion. I'm not sure how the name was from the one which I'm using. It's also a replica compressor. Let me check. I think you can. It's a replica of the LA 2A compressor. I think it was. Or let me check. I forgot it. I will check. I can also send it to you via Instagram direct message if I found it out. But yeah, you can go with these kinds of compressors, and you will get a very lovely punch in the kick. But yeah, let's. I'm talking so much. Let's listen to the tune. That would be much smarter. But that's just for the beginning. But I can definitely hear a difference. And it's positive, you know? The head is way too loud. It's killing a bit the mix. So it's ducking down the rest. That's what I hear in the headphones. That's also a thing. If you're lowering down a frequency, you're lowering down, for example, the low end, of course, all the other elements are getting more presence in the mix. And so frequencies can if you lower, for example, the low end, the high end is getting more space and it's getting louder, so you have also to adjust the high end, of course, a bit. You always have to keep the total mix in front of you, and just of course checking always everything together in the end. Not just like, okay, I'm adjusting the low end and all good, mixed, done. You always have to check also the other frequencies as well, because they will change as well. It just needs more low end. I don't think it needs more low end. Or what do you mean exactly with more low end? The track in itself? I think the low end is fine. There's also like a frequency which is in the low end, which is kind of yeah, it's somehow also still present, but I'm not sure if I can hear it correctly on these headphones. I don't think that the kick drum sounds underwhelming. That's what I said in the beginning. I think the punch is missing a bit, but it can be fixed if you lower down the hi-hats, which are very present now in this mix. And if you add a bit of the click, you will have this punch. But you can also fix this in the mastering. It's not that dramatic, you know. It's just I won't push it too much, you know. It's always better to have the space in the end of the mastering. Of course, if it's not present in any way, of course you have to fix it in the mixdown. But it's not that dramatic, I would say. For the things I'm listening now to, I think that's totally okay. There's this sound. This. I think this one is still too low. Have you done? Have you put a low cut on this sound? And if yes, where? It sounds really, really like super deep. Just a question. I mean, this sound. I'm not sure how to how to explain it correctly. There's this sound. Way too loud. I think this layer or this sound is coming the whole time, right? It's a bit of like in the sub frequencies, giving this extra movement, or I don't know how to explain, but ich versuch's mal auf Deutsch, weil ihr versteht mich ja. Dieser Sound. Der ist viel zu laut. Habe ich das Gefühl. And with the bass FX we made a sidechain to the bass line. We have two FX stacked there. And with the bass FX we made a sidechain to the bass line. You made a sidechain to the bass line? Bass FX. Ja, okay. Äh, habt ihr den irgendwie, habt ihr den irgendwie gecuttet? Der klingt so krass tief. Ja, der wirkt viel zu laut. Der ist auch die ganze Zeit im Mix zu hören. Das ist das, was mich die ganze Zeit voll stört. Der kommt immer wieder und dann dackt alles weg auf einmal. Okay, der ist auf jeden Fall zu laut. Das Ding ist halt, weil der zu laut ist, glaube ich, auch der Rest von dem Low-End-Bereich, der ist so, der kriegt wieder nicht Raum. Okay, I will keep it short. The track is, I like the track. I think the track has potential. The thing is, this low end sound, I think you really have to adjust the mix down again with the low end. I think the kick at the bass is working, and I think it's good. So I won't make it louder or something. Louder is not always the best option. Sometimes it's better to keep things a bit quieter, but you definitely have always to keep the total mix in mind for sure. So it has to make sense in the end. But the thing is, the moment when you are like lowering down the low end, there is this high end, which is now this closed heads, the 16th. They're really present now in the mix, and they're ducking down the rest. And also a few other elements are way too loud now. So the thing is, it's not you just like fix one side of the mix and everything else is perfect. That's the thing. So if you're lowering down one frequency, it can happen that other frequencies are getting pushed and then they are way too loud. So that's the thing. You always have to keep the whole mix in mind, and to have the big picture in mind, and to make the mix down or to fix the mix down on base of this whole picture. So of course the elements have to work in a certain way, but the total mix in the end is the important thing. So I still like the track. Like I said, I think it has potential. It's really just a matter of mix down. But you're on the right way, you know? It's not like you did it completely wrong. That's just the typical process of doing a mixdown. You don't want to know how many mixdown versions people have. Of course, it's also not good to have like 20 different versions and you're sitting there and doing like surgical work on certain frequencies, like I don't know, trying to kill every resonance in a hi-hat or something. That's also super stupid. But there are a few things you really like gain staging of each of the tracks and everything, and like to keep the total mix in mind and everything. That's important in a way, but it's completely normal, so nothing to worry about. You're on a good way. I think, like I said, the idea of the track is very good. You're on a good way. I think you just have to fix a few things on the mix. Also here, way too loud. That's the thing. An over sounds a bit dry. Yeah, can be. I think it's fine. Yeah, maybe a bit too. Yeah, it can be a bit too dry. I don't know. It's of course it's a matter of taste as well. On which headphones are you listening to the tunes? I think you can't hear the low end properly because the other elements are currently a bit too loud. I think to have like the to make like a really detailed and final statement to this track is if you have like the final mix down. I think the idea of the track and everything is good. You just really have to adjust a few things in the mix down again. So I think you did it okay with the low end. Now you really have to check now the other frequencies. So the high end and the mid range of the track as well, are like the synths which are coming in and out, sounding a bit too loud. Yeah, that can happen. That's the thing. I think also it wouldn't wonder me if Instagram Live is like compressing or something. Would be this typical meta stuff. Yeah, Joshua, Alex, are you still here? I'm just talking the whole time. I don't know if you're still here, guys. And if you have a question to your mixdown, the best thing is to put I don't know if you have like a comparison tool. The best thing is to take your mix. I'm always using Metric AB from Plugin Alliance. So you can put your track or keep your track in the project. Then you can put Metric AB in the master channel. And then you can, for example, put a reference track, maybe a mixdown or a track where you say, okay, I want to have this kind of sound, put it in, and then you can layer the spectrums. And then you can see, okay, here my mix is way louder than this one and stuff like this. Here's things are missing, here are things way too loud. And then you can really compare, because you can also equal the dB of the tracks, and then you really can listen A, B, and then you can really hear a lot of things. And also you can see a lot of things. Of course, you should always music is for the ears, so you should always trust your ears in a way, but it's also it's never bad to see it on an optical spectrum as well, just for the reference. It's nice. Metric AB is great. I have this subscription from Plugin Alliance. I mean, you're paying like what, 17 euros or something for a bunch of VSTs, compressors, amps, whatever, and Metric AB, which is a very lovely, comparison tool. So check it out, guys. Like I said, you're in a good way with the track. I think you just have to really fix a few other things, and so you fix the low end, and now you have a problem with the high end and the mid range. But that's completely normal. So no worries. That's something that happens to everyone. I don't know how long you are producing. Let me know in the chat. I don't know how long you're producing, but that's something happens to everyone. Even to, hey, trust me, even to really, really like experienced producers, and so that's something completely normal. I mean, I'm doing masterings and mixed on myself for other people and everything, and I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. There are a lot of people which are in the industry for years, and they still have a problem with their mix downs. This is one of your first projects. Yeah, man. Like it's for the idea is good. So you're in a good idea wise. You're in a good way. You really have just to fix the mix down. And the best way is, like I said, listening to a lot of reference tracks compared to your own tracks, and of course to read manuals of the VSTs you are using and compressors, EQs, whatever, what they are doing, which characteristic they have, and everything like this. And yeah, you will definitely get to the point where your mixdown is going to get better. Okay, Simon, I think that was Sonic Division or something. Was it Sonic Division? Surface Division, sorry. Right, correct? Surface Division, Simon? You're welcome, guys. You can always try. You can always try to hit me up on Instagram. My time is very tacted and everything. So I have my time slots for certain things like family and work and everything. But if I have a bit of time and you send me something, I will try to listen to it and I can give feedback. I can also check it in my mastering software and see what problems we have in the mix. But yeah, that's something. Or on this Feedback Friday, that's the best solution, because that's something I'm taking the time for it. And I take the time for listening to the tunes very closely. Like you see, I mean, we are talking about the track for like, I don't know, 50 minutes or something, or even more. So let's not talk too much about the track. I wanted to just stream till 9, but I think we definitely have to like listen a bit longer to the tunes. Now my watch died. Perfect. Okay. Simon, Surface Division. Let's listen to your song and give a feedback to your Control Me track. And here we are again. It's not working again. The sound is stuck. Okay. I have to reconnect that sometimes. Don't ask me why. It happens. So now you should see Surface Division, and you should also hear Surface Division Control Me. Okay, I will give it to the chat. What do you think about the track? What do you think about this track? Let me know. Write it in the chat. You can send me tracks for mastering via email. That's the best way, I think. I think my email is somewhere on my Instagram profile. Should be. Great track. I also think this track is pretty dope. And sounds pretty tight. The only thing I was thinking about is maybe the vocals and this SFX sounds are a bit too loud. I just try to imagine if you listen to it over a really, really powerful PA in a club, you know, and then you have this very loud vocals and SFX sounds that really can hurt the ears. So this would be something. Maybe I would make it so I would make these sounds a bit quieter or lower the volume a bit. Okay, of course you have to check the total mix then if something changes. Oh, trust me, they're understandable enough. You don't always have to keep in mind if you send it to me. Of course, it's good if you have done the mix down as good as possible, but you always have to keep in mind if you send it to a mastering engineer, and I don't know on which LOFS this track is. Is this a pre-master track or not? I would say it's not on -8 LOF, but I'm not sure. Did you put it on a here how it's called in a mastering tool or something? Like I think a lot of people using Ozone or how this called. I'm not always a big -8 something integrated. Okay. Yeah, but, the thing is, if I get it as a mastering engineer, and I made the mix and master in my studio, if I get it as a mastering engineer, I think I would say lower the volume of the vocals a bit, because I would like to have the control, because when you make the track loud as a mastering engineer, I would like to have the control how loud I want to make the vocals. Of course, the vocals should have their spot in the front, but it sounds a bit too much for me. I would like lower it down a bit. 7.2 short term. Short term is not the thing. It's always about integrated. -8 is okay. I mean, somewhere around -9 and -8 is okay. Even -9 can be totally fine, or -9 to -10. It always depends on the material of the track and how much dynamic the track has and everything, and how much dynamic the track needs. Like I said, I would just maybe lower the volume of the vocals and this SFX sounds a bit, because they're sounding a bit too loud. Jordan H is saying there's missing a bit of high frequency. Maybe I would also work with the with this send return trick to send the track or the melody or the synthesizer or whatever into a send track with a saturator to add this third harmonics, and you will get a more crispier sound. You will get more air in the sound, and then it sounds like very clear, and you can have like this excitement in this which is, I think, Jardinate, what Johnny meant, what is missing a bit, sounds a bit, it's not dull, dull would be too rough, but it could need a bit more of excitement and presence in the high end frequency, the melody. I think the rest is fine. I'm not 100% sure with the low end, to be honest. That was the reason why I was like trying to find my other headphones, but the problem is I just have like the big jack and not the small jack. So I would need to set everything up. That would kill too much time. The track is fine. I like the idea of the track. It's simple, but because of its ravey-ish vibe, it's fine. Like I said, I would add some excitement in the melody, with maybe some saturation that would add a crisp on the synthesizer, and that would make the mix, I think, a bit warmer. First listen, the low end sounds okay, so I would need to listen to it in a studio, to be honest, to make 100% precise feedback on the low end, but I think on the first listen it sounds okay. Simon, I'm not sure, I'm just saying Simon. Simon, what do you think? Okay, then it's Simon. Yeah, sure, no worries, man. Feel free if you maybe, like I said, fix a bit this volume of the vocals and the SFX sounds. Yeah, to make it a bit more bright. Yeah, the crisp is missing. These third harmonies in this a saturator can make a whole difference. Trust me. Yeah, but in general, it's a fine track. I like it. Okay, Simon, thank you very much for your contribution. Lantom. Next one. We have to. I have to be strict more now. Maybe like taking like 10 minutes max for each track. Lantom, are you here? Who is Lantom? Thanks, dude. Yeah, welcome, mate. Lantom. Who is Lantom? Who is Lantom? Yes, hey. Okay, we got Lantom here on the chat on Instagram. Okay, let's listen to your track. Let's see what we got here. Song anhören. Okay, I hope that works. Sometimes Google Drive is not working. Okay, now. Yeah, maybe send it via Instagram DM as a SoundCloud link. Just one thing. Because it came up to my mind right now. I don't know. Did you ever recognize that there is like heavy compression on SoundCloud? Because SoundCloud has its own specs, and SoundCloud is compressing tunes around minus 13 LOFS. So if you really want to have like so if you're sending tracks over SoundCloud, it can happen that it's getting compressed by SoundCloud because it's compressing it automatically to minus 13 LOFS. I mean, we are listening here to the tracks on SoundCloud, but if you want really to have like a final, really detailed feedback, and which frequencies are like the problem and stuff like this, it's always better to make listening in a studio and not over SoundCloud, always over the WAV file somewhere in WaveLab or iTunes or whatever way I upload it, where I can play it with. Just to let you know, because it just came up to my mind right now. So you send it via Instagram direct. Is it under the request? Yeah, it is under the request. It's easier with SoundCloud. It's just easier with SoundCloud. Google is fucking up sometimes. I don't know why. I received masters that sounded like shit on SoundCloud, but download was fine. Yeah, that's, like I said, that's because of this spec, this requirements of SoundCloud. Lantern, this is I think already released, right? Because I'm seeing the cover. Just so that's a mastered version and already released. Correct? Yeah, sorry, the sound went off. Like I said, that happens from time to time. Don't ask me why. I just have to repeat myself because there are people coming in which are not there from the beginning. So yeah, I think it stopped here somewhere around here. But thanks for letting me know. I like this subtle vibe of the track. It's not too energetic, you know. It has kind of this dreamy-ish, deep techno vibe, a bit of dubby elements, and I like the tune. I think this track could have or has much more potential. I'm just like giving this feedback because it's already mastered and it's going to be released. I think the track has much more potential. It's good, you know, but sound-wise, it has so much more potential because these dubby elements, I mean, they're lower keys, but it could definitely sound much better if you would add more of this also saturation, so you will get like this warmth in the mix in a way, and this track could sound much dreamier than it is, you know. It's very important if you have like these atmospheric reverb heavy tracks, so you need kind of the saturation that you get, like also a warmth, and the track is not sounding too dull. This track is not too dull, you know, but it could have much more, or it could be much warmer than it is, and I think then you would have a really great tune here. It's still a good track, you know, it's just missing the warmth in the track. I think I would still play it because I like the minimalistic vibe and this not too energetic track, you know. I like this dubby-ish, dreamy-ish, deep techno vibe. So in general, it's a good tune. I'm also often going into this direction when I'm producing. So in general, good idea and everything. Also a good track, but I think it has much more potential in the end. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Maybe you are different. Do you have a different opinion? Okay, like I said, I think the track is nice. It has much more potential if it would be a bit warmer, but maybe for the next time keep in mind to add a bit of saturation and a few. Not, of course, not on everything, because that would kill the track, because it's not the solution to put everywhere saturation on. I know producers are doing that sometimes, but that's not the way to do it, you know. So add a bit of saturation on a few elements, and then maybe to put on the end of the track. So in the mastering, you can add a bit of saturation as well on top. So not too much, but it could help to make the track a bit warmer. Okay, Yantom, great track. I like it. You can set it if you want, or if it's going to be released. I will definitely find it. I think that's a solid tune for sure. Still, so good job, mate. Like I said, maybe just a few changes, or just like add a bit of warmth in the track, and it would be you will definitely reach the next level for sure. But like I said, still a good track. Sure, Yantom, no problem, man. Always a pleasure to give you guys feedback. I really appreciate that you are sending your tunes here to this live stream. Without you, it wouldn't work. So thank you very much for joining and sending tunes. I like that. So, I don't know, Jordan H, are you still here? I'm not sure if Dennis is there or IDV. Maybe we can... Okay, that's Denia. Hi, Denia. No, I skipped your track because you weren't here, but I didn't delete it from the list. So we will go directly into your track now. Perfect. Jordan H, I think you're the next one, because I don't know, Dennis is not here, I think. You all good, no worries. I mean, you've made it. So I would listen to the IDV track, then I think we are going to the Jordan H track, and I definitely will listen to Sigvard track. I don't know if Ziga is still here. I will just close the link. So Sigvard is here. Okay, Sigvard is there. Jordan H is here. IDV is here. So Denia joined us. Sega, are you here? If not, I think I will definitely do 3 tracks and see how late it is, and then I will think about it. Parano, I don't know if you are still here, but let's dive into IDV track. YDV. And again, thanks to everyone who joined this list and this Feedback Friday. It's really a pleasure to do that every week with you. And to be honest, the Feedback Friday is really going good. And I hope to do it more often in the future and more regular. And I would really appreciate to see you every weekend here, or every week on Friday. And of course, also on Music Monday, where we're listening to really, really lovely new music. And I give you some insights in my playlist. I like the idea of the track so far. I also like the certain sounds and everything. The vibe of the track is lovely. So until somewhere around 2 minutes and 30 or something around 3 minutes, it's a nice track. And I like the first part of the track, but after 3 minutes, I think they should change something, you know, or not change, but you need something to keep the track or the listener interested in the track, you know. I mean, you don't have to get super crazy, but maybe to add something which is like adding a bit of a new thing to keep the listener interested in the track, you know. But it feels a bit it's repeating itself a bit. So I think what's missing, like, it's something which is building up tension. So you have like the certain layers which are fine, everything is really lovely, it sounds good. So, and then you have, it's like very repetitive, very minimalistic, and after the third minute of the track, you are like, okay, yeah, Then the break comes, and you think like, okay, the break is here, and then the break drops, and you're like, okay, I heard that once. So you need something to build up this break in a way. So you don't need like big upraisers or something. But I don't know. Maybe you're at like after 3 minutes, you can add like a, I don't know, like for example, pad or something, or a lead sound which is coming in very slightly and building up the key, or building up tension, you know, till the break, and then you make like the release. So you're building up tension, and you after the break you're like releasing, or you have like a release and an impact, and you're like, whoa, nice break. You can repeat things, and maybe at the end you can also add like a pad till the end of the track or something like this, you know. Just an idea, you know. Do whatever you want, what you like. You can also keep the track like this. I think just you have good sounds, you have a good idea, but the thing is, something is missing. So I would just work. First, I would work on the idea to make it less repetitive and a bit more, like tangent keeping for the listener. And for the dance floor, you always have to imagine if you're on the dance floor and things are repeating too much. I don't know. In the style I'm like DJing, where like playing certain tracks after the other, you know, it can get a bit boring, you know, on that. So something is missing. What do you think about low end? I think it sounds okay. It's not too much, you know. It doesn't sound muddy or something. It has dynamic. Sounds okay for me, to be honest. It fits into the mix in a way, so. But to be honest, I would have to listen to it in a studio to give like 100% surgical feedback, you know. But you have a solid base. Just try to add something, or to make some variations in the mix, in the arrangement, you know, and to add like kind of surprise in this, or to build up a tension in the track, and potentially you will have a good track. The rest is fine for me for now. Would have to listen to it if you like have the finished track. But yeah. So I think Dennis is not there. I didn't see him. So let's head to Jordan H. Or maybe Dennis came online. I don't know. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, you're welcome. Always send new music. Keep going. Your direction is nice, so keep going. And work on your arrangement. Tension and release. Tension and release. Building up tension, releasing it. Creating surprising moments in the track that can really help out. So, Here's an unreleased track from us. So last week I skipped you already, guys, and I'm sorry. So, but I had to go offline after more than 2 hours. So now we're here, undefined. I've closed the list for today, to be honest, because I just wanted to stream until 9. I will now listen to the last few tracks, and we will do that again, of course, next week, for sure. I'm also thinking about, because the Music Monday, I mean, I'm just talking about music and everything on Music Monday. I was thinking about doing it a bit different, also with Next Up, maybe to do more tunes, not like Feedback Friday, but going into the track, people are sending me tracks and we are just listen to the tracks which are already released, would be the great option, but because I'm doing more released music on Music Monday, presenting my music which I'm playing and talking about it and why I think it's good and everything. We can also do that on Monday, of course, but for now we will do it every Friday. For now the list's closed. Join it next Friday. I would love to see you here. I'm always activating the link a day before, and you can get on my link in bio. On top of the page there's a link to my Next Up, and you can put yourself under the list. And yeah, join us next week. Jordan H. Yeah, see you next Friday, mate. That's... I think you can't hear anything anymore, right? No, it's still going on. Okay. Ja, genau, Feedback Friday. Wir hören hier Tracks von Leuten, die mir ihre Tracks schicken und ich gebe Feedback drauf. Das ist der Sinn so ein bisschen dahinter. Sound, Mixdown, Idee und alles drum und dran. Jordan Age. Okay, first question I have regarding the mix. I have the feeling that a lot of things are happening on the sides. Did you widen up your bassline or something? There's like bassy sound on the sides of my headphone. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's in the middle of the mix. You know. It feels like it's more on the sides. Like the kick is in the middle of the track, but everything else feels like it's really like getting pushed in the sides of the headphone. Yeah, okay, but did you like there's like this low end frequency sound. I can't really explain what kind of sound it is, but it sounds like maybe like a really really deep pad or something, or really really deep noise sound or something, which is like texturing, but it's really like happening more on the side. It feels like why like took a pad or something, played it on a very low key, and then you widened it up a bit, and then you put like 200 hertz mono on a master, you know, and then just like till the 200 hertz everything is mono, everything after 200 hertz is like brightening up again. How did you do that? Because it's very irritating, to be honest. It sounds a bit too wide, you know? It's happening too much on the sides of the headphone. I can imagine why you did that, because you wanted to leave space for the kick in the middle. But just let me know. Maybe it's just my feeling. Yeah, maybe the exciter is a bit too much, you know. Maybe it's a bit too. That can happen from time to time. I'm always. I also use the. I used it in my masterings. It's called. I'm not getting it. I'm not coming on the name. Oh, classic stereo exciter. How it's called? I forgot the name. What's the name of the stereo exciter? Shit, I forgot it. It's a very classic one you will love. SBL Vitalizer. God damn it. Yeah, SBL Vitalizer. I have the hardware and also have the software, and from time to time I also had the problem to over excite it, you know, and then the mix feels too wide, you know, and that's the thing what's happening now. The mix feels a bit too wide, you know, so all the elements are getting pushed on the sides. Okay, it's not on the master crazy. Feels like it the okay, maybe it's just like irritating me, but it feels very wide to hold mix. Are you sure that you didn't put something on this low end pad? What I don't know if what's happening on the sides, but something like a low note. It gives kind of low texture on the sides. I don't know. How much did you push? So you said you're a little bit on the heads. That sounds fine to me. The melody is a bit maybe too bright, too wide. Maybe try to put that down a bit. The excitement. It's a bit too excited. Yeah, maybe in general to the track. What I'm missing is the same I said to Danya. Is kind of this, like the track is very repetitive. Of course, there things are happening in the track. There are certain tracks which are moving and everything, but like there's missing something which is like keeping me excited to listen to the track. Like it's very repetitive and minimalistic. Of course, it can be on purpose, style wise, but for me personally, something is missing, like which is keeping the tension in the track. Because the sounds are nice, things are happening, sounds are coming in, going out, there's some movement, but there's missing something like which is giving tension or keeping tension, creating tension, keeping tension. The tension is missing somehow. You need something, like elements which are maybe you don't have like to overload the track, Sometimes less is more, but the few elements you have in your track, they have to move in a way. Maybe you don't even need more tracks, Maybe you have to play with certain effects. You send maybe a synthesizer to a send where's a reverb, and you like maybe just add a bit of the reverb, which is like giving some texture and like building up a bit of tension, and you like I don't know, you put a filter on it and open the cut off, to create like a bit of more room, or to add like something, which is coming on top, and creating tension. These very lovely surprises in a track. Mood doesn't even need to be mood change, but you can do a lot of things in 5 minutes. So in total, I would say maybe creating a bit of tension, keeping the tension, and like I said, maybe the track is a bit too overexcited. A few of the elements sounding like they're way too much on the sides of the mix, which really irritates me. So it's 21:13. I've promised Sigvard to listen to his track, and Sigvard would be the last one here listening. You have not provided a valid SoundCloud URL. Sigvard, are you here? YouTube auch, ja. Also YouTube, ich habe das, mein YouTube-Channel ist in meinem Link in Bio, ganz oben ist da dieser YouTube-Button. Einfach draufgehen, darauf, dann kannst du das da gucken. Ich empfehle auch jedem YouTube. Instagram ist scheiße, ich wechsle da sowieso, glaube ich, irgendwann. Sigvar, just send it in the chat. I think that's easier. Send it in the chat, I will copy it and I will listen to it. Ja, das ist schlauer. YouTube ist auf jeden Fall besser für live. Okay, wait. Instagram. Direct messages. Sigvard. Der Track wurde nicht gefunden. The track wasn't found. Can't be found. I think you have to send me the private link, you know. From my side here, as long as Sigvard Tom is looking for the link. Thank you very much to all the people who contributed to track, joined the list and everything. I really appreciate that. It's yeah. Really appreciate every contribution, and I really appreciate every feedback in the chat from the other people for the people with which tracks we are listening to. So really big thank you for joining from week to week, and I will definitely do that more often in the future because it's fun. It's really fun to make this with you and to listen to the tunes with you, to give feedback and everything. So yeah, big thank you. And yeah, I would say we are closing this Feedback Friday with a tune from Tom Hates. And yeah, we will listen to this one. Thank you also to Dennis, to Ziga, to Parano, to Matone, however, for contributing your tracks here on the list. We will definitely do that next week again. I would really appreciate to see your contributions next week as well. So thank you from my side. And yeah, let's listen to Tom Hates' track. And yeah. Yeah, vocals very on point, mix wise. Maybe the low end is a bit too over present, but also a matter of style sometimes. I think it's sounding very heavy, but not distorted or something, you know. The low end just sounds a bit over-compressed, you know. But I know that some people are doing this. Also on purpose. But the rest is really on point. The heads, the claps, the vocal. Yeah, because Garos wrote it in the chat on YouTube. I also he wrote nice heads on the sides, like the panning. Yeah, I really like the this. You know, you have this head in the middle of the tune, but you also this pan effect on the sides. And this transition between the middle, like the heads in the middle, and then going slightly on the sides in a pan. Listen to it. Really, the percussions are really on point here, so clean as fuck. I really like the sound design of the percussions. Like I said, the only thing, but maybe that's really personal taste thing, is that the low end sounds a bit too over compressed. You know, like the bass line. Somehow this dynamic in the low end is missing, but a lot of people are doing this on purpose just to have like this very, very tight low end, you know. And it's kind of stylistic, you know, in a way. It creates a bit of this very pushy bass lines or low end, you know, like this very drivey low end. I'm not the biggest fan of it, you know, but that's just my personal taste. In general, I know that a lot of people are doing this and doing this on purpose. I think it's sometimes just a bit too loud, you know. I like to have a not pronounced kick towards the rest of the low end. Yeah, that's totally fine. Like I said, it's taste wise, or it's a matter of taste in the end. A lot of people are doing this on purpose. It's just not my. It's sometimes it's like, you know, where I find it difficult to play tracks like this in my set because you if you like you're shifting up the gear, you know, so you have to go into the next energy level, and you're like I'm not playing that drivey, you know, that often. I really try to always keep that very dynamic, my sets, and that's the thing why it's not fitting in my sets. But totally, like I said, the percussions are really, really nice. It's really on point. The vocals are on point in the mix. Still, the kick and low ends is sounding good. It's just a matter of taste. The track is very minimalistic. Still, I don't know. I can't explain why, but it's still, it still have its tension, and it's interesting in a way. It's not boring. It's minimalistic, and somehow repetitive, but these few things in a mix down, and that's also, or in the arrangement, that's what I'm always trying to say to the people, is if you just have like subtle things happening in the mix, you don't have to change like drastically in a way, or you don't have to overload your tracks with melodies and layers and everything. You just have to keep things simple, less is more, and just to add subtle things to the arrangement, like for example this heads which are moving, panning and stuff like this, or just like a subtle movement in the synth or whatever, unregular vocal shots or whatever. Sometimes it's very simple, but effective. Really, once again, the percussions, the heads on point. This ride. Here, make your homeworks. Write it down with what Sigwart wrote in the chat. It's really like, it's not that much. You don't have to do so many things to create like in a sorry, the list is closed. I couldn't find the link in the list is closed for today. That's the last track, but thank you very much that you wanted to join. Next week, Friday, Feedback Friday. Feel free to join next week. Via YouTube, via Instagram. I will definitely focus more on YouTube, and I will try to maybe get away from Instagram in a point, but yeah, let's see. But I will keep it on Instagram for now, for the next few weeks, but maybe in the future I will change that. Write it down. Sigvard said it. It's not that much. You don't have to like change so many things in the track, or you don't have to add thousands of layers. It's very simple sometimes. Tune it down. I like the track in a way. It's like I said, maybe it's a bit too energetic for me to play it. I wouldn't know where to put it in, but it's still a good track. I like it. And I think that's a really, really nice closing track for today's Feedback Friday. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for contributing your tracks. I really would love to see you again on Music Monday, of course, but also on Feedback Friday next week. I'm really appreciating these sessions with you. And yeah, from this point we have 9:30 CET. I would say we are done for today. Thank you very much for joining. I really enjoyed this session again. And of course, I hope to see you all again next week on Monday and on Friday for the next live streams. Thank you very much for tuning in again. I hope to see you all again. Bye bye.